Truth is my bliss, bliss is my bliss. Love is my home, truth is my bliss, bliss is my bliss. My life is mercy, it can't neutralize. You see me take the love, you reason for love, you work for me. Love is my home, truth is my bliss.
In an ashram in South India, known as Prashanti Nilayam, the abode of peace, people from around the world gather to await the presence of Sathya Sai Baba. Twice daily, he walks among them, accepting letters asking for his help and guidance, and occasionally manifesting vibhuti, sacred ash, as a blessing. They have come to experience his presence and to learn how his message can give meaning to their lives.
I have a task to foster all mankind and ensure for all of them lives full of bliss. I have a vow to lead all who stray away from the straight path back again into goodness and save them. I live to remove the sufferings of the poor and grant them what they lack. I have come armed with the fullness of the power of the formless God to correct mankind, raise human consciousness, and put people back on the right path of truth, righteousness, peace, and love to divinity.
In Puttaparthi, a small village in South India, on November 23, 1926. As a child, he demonstrated precocious and exemplary qualities of compassion, generosity, and wisdom that clearly distinguished him from the other children of his village. At the age of 14, he declared to his family and to the people of the village that his mission was to bring about the spiritual regeneration of humanity by demonstrating and teaching the highest principles of truth, right action, peace, and divine love. Since 1950, his residence has been Prashanti Nilayam, the abode of peace, near the village of his birth in South India. His life is completely devoted to the fulfillment of his stated mission. Sathya Sai Baba teaches that selfless service to mankind is the highest spiritual discipline. He himself exemplifies this ideal. His inspiration and guidance has resulted in the formation of more than 10,000 service-oriented Sathya Sai Baba centers in communities all over the world. The Sathya Sai Baba service organizations in India have established and maintained 2 charitable hospitals and 250 medical clinics. More than 50,000 volunteers in all parts of India are actively engaged in digging wells and drainage ditches in rural areas, in disaster relief, and in providing food, shelter, and clothing to the poor and disabled. Inspired by Sathya Sai Baba's example, center members in the United States participate in many community service projects, and individual members are encouraged to take up personal volunteer work on a regular basis. Sathya Sai Baba says, to truly love God is to truly love your fellow man. If you love your fellow man, then you must respond to his suffering with a helping hand.
The fulfillment of man's life on earth consists in filling himself with love of God and transmuting that love into acts of service. Service of man who is the embodiment of God. If man has no love in him, and if he does not share it with all beings and all creation, he is but a burden to the earth. One must be charged with love while rendering service, so that the other person may receive help without reservation and with full confidence. Efforts to serve must spring from agony at the suffering of others, and the service must be the genuine effort to remove the anguish. Do not worry about the results. Help as much as you can, as silently and lovingly as you can. Leave the rest to God, who gave you the chance to serve.
Duty without love, deplorable. Duty with love, desirable. Love without duty is divine.
In the presence of Sai Baba, Dr. V.K. Gokak, Vice Chancellor of the Institute of Higher Learning, addresses the students.
Education in human values means teaching the 5 principal values taken from Sai Baba's teachings, which are the key words to the philosophy of life itself. They are truth, right action, peace, love, and nonviolence. It is up to us as teachers to develop these principles and apply them in our work.
In order to bring mankind into an era of worldwide peace, security, happiness, and heartfelt devotion to God, Sathya Sai Baba has established an educational program that begins with kindergarten and develops through the university level. This program is called Education in Human Values. It has had such a profound impact in India that the Indian government has adopted it as a part of the curriculum in grade schools throughout that nation. Groups of teachers from all parts of India are sent to Sathya Sai Baba's schools for training in this program. Now the program is expanding to other nations, and a modified version is currently being taught in some public schools in the United Kingdom, Mexico, and the United States. At the Spencer Park Comprehensive School in Wandsworth Common, a suburb of London, an Education in Human Values course was developed by Victor Kanu, head of business studies at the school.
Good morning, gentlemen.
His wife, Geneviève, conducts an Education in Human Values class where the children are taught to bring love and peace into the family and to respect and honor their parents. They learn the ideals of service to society and tolerance and understanding for people of different races, nationalities, and religions. In addition to practical matters such as good health habits and proper conduct, the children are taught that they are more than mere flesh and blood, that the supreme richness of a loving heart is the inner goal of mankind, and that this will be revealed to them as they live a moral and spiritual life while still fully participating in society.
And then they sat together and they had to work on this value. This week they are doing love. Now, Horton, you come and read what it says about love at the top there. Now listen.
Love is always patient and kind. It is never jealous. Love is never boastful or conceited. It is never rude or selfish. It does not take offence.
Good. Now, tell me something. Why do you love your parents? Why do you love your parents? Because? Care. Love you? You were going to say, all right, it doesn't matter. Brought you up? Give you a start in life? Very good.
With million salutations at the lotus feet of our Lord, brothers and sisters of the Sai family. In 1980, Bhagwan gave us direction to form a separate trust, appointed Dr. Gokak as the chairman of a subcommittee to prepare a new course called Education in Human Values. And today you'll find almost every state has accepted this course to be taught to all the primary school children. Every school in India will have this Education in Human Values program. This is what
Education today does not feed the roots of law, justice, and morality, 3 fields which ought to receive special attention. Education is not merely for earning a living. It is for life, a fuller, more meaningful, more worthwhile life. There is no harm if it is also for a gainful employment. The educated must be aware that gainful employment is not all. Education must instill the fundamental human values. It must broaden the vision to include the entire world and all mankind. When earning money is held as the goal, the system fosters falsehood and injustice. It restricts the vision to family and community and brings in its train anxiety, sorrow, and hatred. Human life has its limitations. Our legitimate desires cannot expand indefinitely. There have to be restraints and limits set for all desires. The 5 areas where this discipline of limiting one's desires can be practiced not only for one's own benefit, but also for the benefit of society are food, money, time, energy, and knowledge. Education must equip man to live happily without making others unhappy, to evaluate pleasures and possessions correctly without prejudice, and to fix one's attention ever on the highest and most precious achievement of all, self-realization.
The end of wisdom is freedom. The end of culture is perfection. The end of education is character. The end of knowledge is love, love, love.
In all religions, there are universal human values: the importance of prayer, the need for worship, the principle of the brotherhood of man and the fatherhood of God, and the cultivation of love for all beings. Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, and Jews have their own mode of prayer, but what all are seeking is the grace of God. Let the different faiths exist. Let them flourish, and let the glory of God be sung in all languages and in a variety of tunes. That should be the ideal. Respect the differences between the faiths and recognize them as valid as long as they do not extinguish the flame of unity. If each person lives the ideals propounded by the founders of their religion, unaffected by greed or hate, then the world will be a happy and peaceful habitation for man.
During the last week of December in 1983, over 12,000 students and teachers from Sathya Sai Baba's Education in Human Values program came from all over the world to be part of a week-long conference and rally. This colorful parade was held on the campus athletic field. Students and teachers constructed these floats as an inspiring expression of love and devotion to the principles of human values. Following the students' rally and parade, the children gathered in front of the temple at Prashanti Nilayam, where Sathya Sai Baba walked among them. He told the children of the need for discipline and devotion, and said that they should cultivate a spirit of sacrifice. He also said that they had come to the ashram out of their love for him, and in the future they should regard it as their home. Each evening during the international celebration, students presented a cultural program on a specially constructed outdoor stage at the Hillview Stadium. Sathya Sai Baba attended the performances, blessing the children and encouraging their efforts.
पयोधयले धृतवानसि वेदम् विहितवहित्रचरित्रमखेदम् केशवधृतमीनशरी जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय 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 जगदीश हरे क्षितिरति विपुलतरे तव तिष्ठति पृष्ठे धरणि धरणज्ञ चक्रगरिष्ठे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय 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 जगदीश हरे
During the first week of the new year, Sathya Sai Baba officiated at the opening of the first annual Intercollegiate Games held on the playing field in front of the Hillview Stadium. Students and alumni from Baba's colleges participated in a spirited soccer match.
Match between the postgraduates and the undergraduates will be starting.
Sathya Sai Baba's inspiration and guidance have resulted in the formation of more than 10,000 centers around the world. In India, 6 colleges, 20 technical schools, and over 2,000 centers for education in human values have been established, as well as 2 charitable hospitals and 250 medical clinics. And more than 100 books in 20 languages have been published on the teachings of Sathya Sai Baba. Members of the Sathya Sai Baba centers from different nations, different races, and different faiths are united by a common bond, their love for God, and by a common goal, spiritual development. Center activities include the study of the teachings of Sathya Sai Baba and the sacred literature of all religions, devotional singing, meditation, and community service. There is never any fee for membership, and donations are never solicited. We, the members of the American Sathya Sai Baba organization, invite you to join us as fellow pilgrims on the spiritual path.
Embodiments of love. Do not try to find fault with others. Search rather for your own. I direct you to implant 3 ideas in your hearts. Do not forget God. Do not put faith in the world you see around you. It is changing every second and does not last. And do not be afraid. You are the imperishable soul that knows no fear. I want you also to banish 2 ideas from your hearts. Forget the harm that anyone has done to you, and forget the good that you have done to others. And above all, develop love. Love all religions and all nations. Recognize and accept all religions as paths leading men to the same destination. All of them teach love and compassion, humility and forbearance. I bless all of you and ask you to promote love, sympathy, and compassion towards all beings. God is present in every one of them, and it is your duty to revere God in each of them. If there is righteousness in the heart, there will be beauty in the character. If there is beauty in the character, there will be harmony in the home. If there is harmony in the home, there will be order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there will be peace in the world.